Welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Got a great one lined up for you. Is Stellar doomed? I don't know. Is Ripple taking over all the Stellar customers? It's looking like it. I don't know. I got Stellar. I'll tell you the truth. We're gonna look at article. We're gonna look at an article here and kind of just do some thinking, but I don't know why Ripple and their technology is going after small to mid-sized enterprises. That's Stellar territory. So we're going to look over this today, and we're going to start off with this because I've got money in this game. So I don't know about you. A lot of you have Stellar, and it's kind of concerning to me. So let's look at it and figure out whatever we can. That's how we're going to start the show off. My name is Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor. I don't know anything about finances. I'm the worst financial advisor you'd ever have. I'm the worst crypto advisor you'd ever have. Every day, right before the show, about 30 minutes before, I snort a small mountain of cocaine, inject 3 ounces of heroin, take methamphetamines in any way that I can, smoke them, eat them, whatever that would be. I normally will use a toy, which is Zoltar, and that's him right here.
I see you over there.
Oh,
yes, you.
Yep. So that's where we get our financial advice on the Crypto Hulk Show. If you buy shit because I say, and then you lose a bunch of money, that's your fucking problem because you're a dumbass. That's just how it works. You shouldn't be watching the show in the first place. That's a pretty good disclaimer. It absolves me from any kind of anything. My goal is to financially get you destroyed. That's my goal on this channel. So there you go. Oh, yeah, YT, now for the business part of it, if you could, like this program, comment in the comments or after the show, save this show to your favorites. We're trying to help the ALGO, and I can't say rhythm, of this program. I normally used to have 1.3 million views per month. Then all of a sudden, YT shuts it down, and I get 660,000. Not cool. So I know that my information's real. Otherwise, YT wouldn't wipe out over 50% of my viewership. Very interesting. They must be scared. Next, make an 8-hour playlist. Let's have some fun. Let's make an 8-hour playlist. Play it every day. Now, if the phone rings while you're listening to this, hit the keyboard, the volume button. Don't utilize the YT volume button because what will happen is this. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. YT is going to notify me of fake manipulative viewership, and they'll show me which person it is. So don't do that. I can't tell you to press the 8-hour play button and then hit the volume button to shut off the sound. Don't do that. That would be wrong. What I want you to do is sit there for 8 hours and listen to straight 8 hours of Crypto Hulk. That's what you're supposed to do. And, oh yeah, share this video and a bunch of other videos with as many people as you can, even if it's yourself. The same video every day. You can click, I don't know how many videos, and just save it to your own channel. You're doing that so you can remind yourself to watch the video again. We're not trying to manipulate any kind of statistics here or whatever. That's not my intention whatsoever. I would never do anything like that. My goal is to help you watch the video again by emailing yourself. Okay, now we got the dumb shit out of the way. Let's see. First 5 people here: Gunner, MKP, Mr. OG, Thomas Cox, 552 Man, and Eric Grasso. We got Jesse Hewitt is a brand new member of the show. Let's see what else. Happy Father's Day. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Father's Day. XRP OBD Psych. Good morning, y'all. What did y'all spend the night here last night? Oh my God. Now look, it depends. This show, I purposely make it global. So we have people here from all around the world. So while you're sleeping, somebody's just waking up. So that's how the world turns, right? Adam Duncan gave 5 people memberships. Oh, brand new people. We got Moo Moo Bang Bang. Got a membership from Adam Duncan. One Love, Carlos Gonzalez. Carlos Gonzalez. Then you got Noame72, got a membership by Adam Duncan. Robert Hernandez received a membership by Adam Duncan. Okay. Mark NJ, I'm having more trouble with freaking YT these days. It just never ends with YT. That's you'll see that. Eventually you might have to just make a whole brand new channel, different name, different credit card name, all these kinds of things. That's how it works on Crypto Hulk. They don't want you to know the information on my channel. Look, I'm showing you all the secrets. They don't, that's not going to happen with them. The people that run the world and stuff, like my channel, like I'm showing all this evidence, like, wow, they're not going to make it easy for you to watch the show. All right. My screen just went black. That's what I'm saying. That's what somebody said. It's going to be a challenge to watch this program. Just let you know, it's been a challenge for me to have this platform for 5 years. From day one, I want to say within the first 3 weeks of me making the show, way back in 2020, it was around May or something like that. Within 3 weeks, 8,500 subscribers. It was pretty cool. The top chat had roughly, like, way more, like right now I have 330. I was having 600, 700, 800 people in a top chat on 3 weeks ago and on YT before they decided to do all the censorship and all that. Oh yeah. Then all of a sudden it just went, like, my channel's growing like this. Was that 300 a week or something? Like 300 new followers a week? No, more than that, 3,000. Yeah, I had like 8,500 people in like 3 weeks. This top chat was just packed and it was just moving like, yeah, I couldn't even like really read comments. It would be tough to read a comment and then try to respond to it. There's already 300 more comments. It was nuts. YT knows the power of this channel. If you found this channel, congratulations. Because they do everything to make sure nobody finds it. Okay, Scrim De La Creme says, I'm on my 3rd YT account. I get banned after red donations every time. Wow. We got to be near the end times of all this, because like they're doing all this crazy shit to people. And I mean, I got to deal with it myself. It's amazing I'm still here after 5 years. Truly amazing. Oh, Pushing with Powder says, are we going to talk about crypto? No, we're going to talk about how you like to suck your boyfriend's dick. So we got Pushing with Powder, some guy that likes sucking on his boyfriend's dick. We can't have you on this channel there, loser. So you got to go, ho. That's what happens. Yeah, sorry. No, we're not going to talk about crypto. We're going to just talk about how you love sucking your boyfriend's dick. That's what we're going to talk about. Okay? So I put that out there. Plus, you ain't paying shit to be on this channel. So another fucking beggar. Let's get rid of the beggar, everybody. Hide user on this channel. Actually, no, let's report the user for pornography. Yeah, that sounds fun. Okay, later, pervert. Syrian Marshall. Channel flickers a bit now. Huh. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Rocky's like, beat it, nerd. Marcus says cheeks clap. Oh my god. All right, I got to get back to work. Let's start. That's a good one right there. Hold on a minute. Let's start here with the topic of the show. Is Ripple taking over stellar territory? That's a good question. I want you to see something. I don't have the answers to it. The more I look into crypto, I have more questions than answers. But this one, I got a good chunk of change in stellar. About half a month's worth of pay. So, like with Ripple, when I first got into it, I spent 2 months worth of pay. Now, XRP was at about 15 cents when I got in. So, but I spent back in the old. So nowadays, maybe I spent about 3 months worth of pay on XRP. And now I got about half a month's worth of money into stellar. So nothing dramatic, but let's look into this. Wait a second here. What the hell? Stu Lavelle? Oh my God. Stu Lavelle drops a massive little bombshell here. The best thing that ever happened to me, my wife and 2 daughters. Very true. The next best thing, knowing that wealth is coming to my family and your family. P.S. Cheers, Hulk. Keep it rolling. I'll tell you what, that's very true. Like when I was younger and my daughter was coming, my wife at the time, her stomach was getting bigger. I remember because the way I used to do it, I used to buy a lot of athletic shoes, and I wouldn't keep them too long. They would just be like brand new. Sometimes I go and buy 5-6 pairs at a time, and I would do that like frequently. But when my daughter was getting close, I looked at my wife's stomach, and it was starting to get tight. And we were at the Great Mall in Milpitas, California. It's called the Great Mall when it first was made. So now it's like an old mall. It's probably 25 years old. But when we went there, it was like brand new. And went to some sporting goods store. And normally I'd go in there. I lived about an hour from there. So I go in there and buy 5 pairs of shoes or 6 pairs. Oh, yeah, it dropped down a lot of money. And then I looked at her stomach. And I'm like, oh, shit. And then I said, no. And she's like, no, like, what do you mean? And like, we'll be okay. I'm like, no, like we got a kid coming and I can't buy. At that point, she like looked at me and she knew something was different. I'm like, no, I'm not taking money away from my kid. Like any kind of money I got, it's gonna be everything that this child needs. And everything, things just changed with Crypto Hulk. It was different. So I understand what Stu says. The best thing that ever happened to me was his wife and 2 daughters. Because I was about, I think, 27. We're talking like 1997 here now, or 98, 97, something like that. and maybe even 96. I was like 26 years old, 27. And I remember in that mall and I knew I had to change. I knew at that point it wasn't about me anymore. It was about my child. And that was the thing. And I still remember the thing. She was looking at me kind of weird. And then I was looking at her, and we both kind of knew that something was different with me. And that's the point that I kind of understand Stu right there. So, all right. This right here, this article is about global payments. And the company is called Global Payments, and they're using Ripple technology. Hold on a minute. Why is this? That's interesting. Okay. All right. Yeah, the screen wasn't working. Now it is. Okay. Now, when I went through this article last night, I was like, damn, this is not looking good for Stellar. I don't have a tremendous amount of money in Stellar, maybe 1/15. Yeah, maybe like 1/15 of my money is in Stellar, so not a big portion of it, but still, I'm kind of looking at it like, what the fuck's going on with Stellar? Are they going to be around like next year? Global Payments is a company, and it launches a point of service software for retailers. Notice the title of this article, it's using the word retailers. Now, we know, what we're told by our handlers is that Ripple's for wholesale, right? And Stellar's for retail. That's what we're traditionally thought, what we think is going to happen. Let's look here. Global Payments, which is a company, Global Payments has begun rolling out point of sale software, Ripple, designed for small and medium-sized retail businesses. Now, this right here, I know about Global Payments because they just bought WorldPay. And WorldPay is I don't want to say Ripple partner, but they have a Ripple patent. So as I read this article, right from the beginning, they're rolling out software, which is Ripple software, because Ripple's a software company. Global Payments is rolling out Ripple software designed for small and mid-sized retail. Then I'm wondering, like, what the fuck is going on with Stellar? Like, is it getting phased out or something here? Does Stellar even have a stable coin? Not that I'm aware of. Is Circle Stellar's stable coin? No, we know of. But everything in crypto is a fake. So it could be. These are things we don't know. The Genius for Retail solution will initially be available in the U.S. The Genius for Retail solution. What I'm seeing here, look, I'm just showing you. Stellar, I'm just going by what we're supposed to believe or know. Stellar's supposed to be for retail or small to mid-size. Why the fuck is Ripple in all this? I'm just reading an article. I don't know. I'm not making any kind of statements. I'm asking questions. That is allowed. It is allowed for me to ask questions. Why the fuck do I see Ripple hooking up small to mid-size retail business? I'm just asking a question. So if you're mature enough to handle that, you're not getting all butthurt. What, Crypto Hog? Is Stellar going to go away? I don't know. I'm just asking fucking questions. That's all I'm doing, okay? It's still allowed, I think. I don't know, unless the crypto Nazi army is going to stop me. So the Genius for Retail solution, there's a solution for retail. Is that Ripple? And if so, is Stellar going bye-bye? I don't know. I'm just asking the fucking question, all right? The Genius for Retail solution will be initially available in the US and will then launch in other geographies throughout the year. The worldwide provider of payment technology and software solutions said, oh, Crypto Hawk, this is not looking really good for Stellar, is it? No, it's not. So again, I'm just asking questions and I'm showing an article. I'm not proving anything or making any statements. I'm just saying, hey, could you please fucking explain this to me? Because from what I'm always taught by all these Ripple people and all these other fucking channels is that Ripple is for wholesale and Stellar is for retail. Now I'm seeing where Ripple is going to run fucking everything. That means we'll probably put Stellar out of business. I don't know. I'm just asking questions. I'm just reading articles. That's all I'm doing, okay? Chuck McCabe, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. Knuckle Dragger, top of the morning, Hulk. Happy Father's Day. Let me look here. Let me get back to this article here. Genius, it's called Genius for Retail, helps retailers. Are you seeing how much retail is popping up? It's a little concerning to me because Stellar's supposed to be the retail, and I'm seeing like Ripple all over this. I'll show you the evidence here in a minute. Genius for Retail helps retailers accept cards, mobile wallets, gift cards, and other payment methods in store and on the go, according to the release. The new POS, point of service, offering for shops. So we're dealing with like shops, okay. So to me, I'm trying to understand the sense of this. You've got Ripple dealing with shops. Ripple software, like Ripple doesn't deal with shops. They deal with the biggest organizations in the world and countries, not shops. So this is like concerning for me as a Stellar holder. Why I'm seeing Ripple getting mixed up with, why the fuck is retail? The word fucking retail keeps popping up in this article, and there's Stellar. That's supposed to be their territory. So I don't have answers. I'm not proving anything right now. I'm exploring why the fuck is Ripple mixed up with these shops. Okay, so it's all I'm doing is looking at this. I am a Stellar holder, so I'm concerned. The new POS, point of service offering for shops, is an innovative command center with market-leading capabilities that do much more than just help manage a business. Terry Roberts, president of Merchant Solutions. So we're dealing with, when you hear the term merchants, we're probably talking about little stores that are probably worth $500,000 maybe, or 100,000 to $500,000. And maybe they're selling like $1 million a year, maybe, or something of that. So that's kind of like small time stuff. So just I'm not understanding. Genius for Retail, here we go again, is the second of 3 such products Global Payments has designed for key verticals. Genius for Restaurants was launched in May, and Genius for Enterprise, which is designed for multi-location, quick service restaurants, stadiums, venues, will be launched the third quarter. Very interesting. That article's over. Let's look at some evidence here. Let's do a copy. Lions Den Dan, maybe both. USDC is now on the XRP ledger. Isn't that very interesting? See what we're getting at here? Thanks for that comment. I do kind of remember. Here's that article right there. So we have Circle running on the XRP ledger. Ripple XRP will provide liquidity for everything in the entire global ecosystem. Kind of makes me like very, very concerned about Stellar. Hold on a minute. I'm going to trade out of it right now. Then everybody goes and does it. And then the price of Stellar dumps. No, I'm just trying to figure this out. I mean, it very well could happen to where Ripple takes control of Stellar, and there's a need for Stellar. I don't know what need there is or where all this fits in. What we're doing right now is just kind of looking at this, trying to figure out what is going on. So it's very interesting how now Circle is going to run on the XRP ledger. NJ says this: every time this one specific ad keeps popping up, I keep getting a black screen. Doesn't happen with any other ad I've seen on the stream yet. Brown Trout is like, Stellar will be fine. PayPal launched a coin on Stellar. They all work together. Gold versus silver. Lions Den Dan, thank you very much for the tax-free. Maybe both. Yeah, the USDC is now on the XRP ledger. It's almost like everything is merging. You know, like how Ripple now has Chainlink as a partner, Hedera, Algorand. Like that shit wasn't. We were talking about this a year ago, 6 months. All of a sudden now, like it's almost like all these cryptos now are hooking up to work with each other. I've never seen this before. I'm just asking questions. I'm not saying Stellar's going to zero. I'm just asking questions and looking at stuff. It's all we're doing. Now, here's an article here. We were talking about Global Payments. That's the company. And Global Payments was getting into retail and small to midsize, which is clearly Stellar's territory. Interesting. It's very well possible that Stellar, Circle will be put on the XRP ledger so they can do their job. Because remember, the Ripple at the XRP ledger, it can't do everything. What the XRP ledger, from what I understand, I'm not an expert. I'm not a financial advisor either.
I see you over there.
Hey, hold up there, Zoltar. Global Payments is acquiring WorldPay. Now, this is interesting. You have a company called Global Payments. We've been reading about it right now. They just acquired another company called WorldPay for $24 billion. Imagine that, $24 billion? Yeah. Now, WorldPay, this is interesting. Here's your article right here. Yes, Global Payments is acquiring WorldPay, according to Google AI. This acquisition is part of a larger three-way deal where Global Payments, the company, is also divesting its user solutions to FIS. Interesting. Now, FIS is a Ripple partner. I want you to see this right here. See how all this is like coming back to Ripple? Like something's going on. Now, there's a company called WorldPay, and it was owned by FIS. FIS is a Ripple partner. FIS is the world's largest payment processor. So FIS, if you look at this article right here, yes, Global Payments is acquiring WorldPay. This acquisition is part of a larger three-way deal where Global Payments, the company, is also divesting its issuer solutions business to FIS. So Global Payments bought WorldPay from FIS, and then Global Payments is divesting its issuer solution business to that same company. And of course, all roads lead back. So Ripple's right in the middle of this, their technology. Let's look right here. Here's an article right here. Read this title of the article. Global Payments, the company, agrees a $24 billion WorldPay deal as industry heavyweights shift focus. So basically, Global Payments is paying $24 billion for WorldPay. And this occurred April 17th of this year. Global, what's this called? Global Payments to buy WorldPay from FIS. Very interesting. I'm looking at this article right here. The agreements will be transformative. You notice how every time we're reading crypto articles, it's either the evolution or the transformation. Like there's big shit going on. I don't see it all. I'm seeing stuff, and that's why I'm reading this article to you. It's very interesting what we have here. The agreements of this trade deal between WorldPay, Global Payments, FIS, they're calling it here, will be transformative for the two of the world's largest processors of digital payments. This is massive right here. FIS is a payments processor. It's the world's biggest. The number two is Global Payments. And Ripple is in the middle of this. Let me show you how. So let's look at this article right here. WorldPay. Now, this article is 2023. Listen to this title. WorldPay patent highlights Ripple's role in the blockchain. So WorldPay has a Ripple patent. WorldPay, which is owned by FIS, which is a Ripple partner, WorldPay was just sold to Global Solutions or Global Payments. Says WorldPay, a leading global payment technology company, has unveiled a patent that prominently features Ripple's network as a stellar example. Now, why are they using the word stellar? As a stellar example within the Hyperledger framework. Oh, because Hyperledger is built on Stellar. Hyperledger is IBM, and that has Stellar mixed right in. Let me tell you something right now. I'm not showing the evidence to this. It's going to take too long. IBM has a platform called Hyperledger. Stellar is a member of that. Guess what? Last night after the show, okay, I was kind of nerding out. I was looking into XDC, and XDC, the network, is a member of Hyperledger as well. And I'm just going to tell you something. I don't know if Ripple is, but there's something going on. So Hyperledger, we know, is a Ripple Stellar partner, and XDC as well. The XDC network, Art3 Corda. Yeah, it's mixed up with Hyperledger. Now, that's a platform. There is no crypto for that, but it's a platform. So this is all very interesting how WorldPay has this Ripple patent. Now, here's your evidence here for FIS. Let's take a look at FIS. It's Fidelity, a company called Fidelity. Here's your article right here. Ripple partner FIS. So now we know that Fidelity Information Systems is a Ripple partner. What we got right here is interesting because Ripple is partnering or is a partner of FIS, and FIS teams up with the clearinghouse. The clearinghouse deals with the biggest payments of the world. This is what's interesting. So why is Ripple's technology mixed up with all the small and mid-sized retail? This is what all of a sudden now I've never seen in 5 years of being in crypto. I'm seeing now Ripple is getting mixed up with the small to mid-size. That's clearly been Stellar territory as far as I know. The past 1 month or so, since we're seeing all this go down, 2 months. This is why I'm like bringing up, like, is Ripple taking over Stellar, or like what is going on? Are they merging somehow? Is the government going to take over both of these networks for because these networks are responsible for the sustainability of the United States economy? I don't know. I clearly believe that Ripple is the government and all this. I think one day Ripple is going to disappear, but I'm seeing right here that FIS is mixed up in this. Now let's look at who is FIS. Oh, damn. Hold on a minute. Garrett decides to drop some cash here. What's up, Hulk? I can't thank you enough. I just told my wife you make me another $15,000 in 2 weeks. Hoo-wee. That I'm getting a crypto Hulk tattoo. Oh my God, it's crazy. Thank you for blessing me and my family. Just paid off my son's private school. The school years hasn't even started. Love you, buddy. So here we have somebody, it looks like they made about 15 grand in 2 weeks. I'm telling you guys, as we move forward here, a lot of people are going to start finding this channel, like, looks like Garrett B. A lot of people are going to find this channel. The information you find here, people are making a lot of money. It appears people are making a lot of money. Crypto Hawk Show deep dive stuff. Hey, all the cryptos we talk about, they're all good as far as I can see. Now, all the hidden stuff, I can't tell you when something bad's going to happen. Like, all I do is report. I report to you what I find in crypto. And it's some of these companies, no one's even heard of. They have amazing connections. And I mean, if you pump and dump them, or if I pump and dump them, whatever, go with the information. If a crypto is good and it's 0.0003 cents or something, buy it and fucking hold it. You know, if you want to gamble and pump and dump and try to buy back in, what if the price never comes down? What if what if this was the crypto that goes to $20? It goes from 0.0003 cents or something, and then it goes right to $20. And if you put in like 500 or something, man, you'll have like $1 million or something, or $5 million. Like, I don't know what cryptos are which. Some I'll talk about appear to look legitimate and good, and they end up not doing anything at all. And some of them end up going nutso. A lot of times when the whales come in, whoever watches this channel, they'll find something that we talk about, buy the shit, everybody buys it, and they sell off immediately so they can double. Let's say they put in $1 million. And they'll wait till it goes up at 100% or 50%, whatever it is, and they sell out right away. Like, I don't know about all this stuff, but it's very possible. This guy's making 15 grand, like 2 weeks. I think that's very possible. That's not even difficult on my show. If you can't be putting in $5. So we go through enough cryptos in the past 2 weeks. We probably went through 4 or 5 cryptos. If you make the right moves, get in and out at the right time and buy back in. I don't do all that. I don't teach all that. I don't condone anything at all. It's just some people can do it. I don't know how. I'm not one of those people. What I am is somebody who can deep dive something and research it. And that's what I'm good at. So let's keep moving here. Okay. Marcus Grimaud says, anything with utility will blow the lid off this bitch. Okay. And that's true. Like, I'll go over cryptos with you that have either great connections, great use cases. Like, the more stuff it has, that crypto's probably one that you should definitely hold. Okay. And again, prices right now, it's all speculative. Any kind of price right now, everything's speculation. It's all gambling right now, the prices. Now, if I go over a crypto and I spend 30 minutes on it, probably got a solid connection, right? And if I go over a crypto that's maybe for 5 minutes or something, or 7, I don't see as many connections. I'm not saying it's bad. I don't see as many connections. There doesn't have to be a lot of connections for crypto to go to $1,000. So I'm not like, what I do is report to you what I find. Now, number one, I'm not going to be talking about no dumb shit crypto on the program. So if I discuss something, it's something that I find value in. But it doesn't mean that thing's going to be the one. Don't invest thinking, okay, I want the one that's going to make. It's a combination. It's a combination where you invest in one, you let it go up, sell off at a certain point, get the next one, same thing over and over. Then your money starts going up like that. But that's a whole nother show. And let's get back to this. Global payments. So FIS, this whole FIS thing with Ripple and Stellar, I don't have any answers. I just got questions is all. If we look here at Wikipedia, who is FIS? For people that don't know, go to the second paragraph. FIS became the world's largest processing payments company in the world. So that's who owned WorldPay. And we know this because if you look down in this article under mergers, acquisition, divestments, at one point, right down there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 from the bottom shows WorldPay at $43 billion, Well, that's what this was. It was worth maybe 43 billion back in 2019, maybe. But right now they only sold for 24, so it's 50% off sale. So, but that's who owns WorldPay is FIS. And let's go to the next article. Let's see right here. Let's look at the Financial Stability Board. Let me do a copy and a paste. I want you to see something right here. I've never seen this in crypto before. You have the FSB, Financial Stability Board, warns that crypto is nearing a tipping point as ties to TradeFi deepen. What we got going on here is this: the Financial Stability Board and the let me see this article. Bank of International Settlements, they work together, and it's out of Switzerland. If you know anything about Switzerland, it's where all the most powerful people of the world go. They go to something called Davos once a year. And what they do is they tell the world what's going to happen for the next year. It's that powerful. So what do we have here? Cryptoholic, why do we have this article? The FSB, Financial Stability Board, are the people. I'm going to make it very simple, and I might be a little bit off, but the Financial Stability Board and the Bank for International Settlements, they set global policy for all the banks in the world. They set policy for all the governments and how you spend money kind of things, because they're in control. These are the richest people in the world. Okay, these people are the slaves of the richest people in the world. So the richest people in the world, they tell the BIS, they tell the FSB what's going to happen, and then they make it happen. What are they saying now? That crypto is ready to take over the financial world. This is like very, very good news right here. Me reading this. Now, I don't know when this happens, but they're telling us right now. They're warning us that crypto is nearing a tipping point. That means it's ready to take over. It's more powerful than the current banking system as we know it today. I really don't see all this taken anymore from this article here, 6 months to a year. They're talking about stable coins and ETFs are accelerating crypto's integration. How do you think it is? Let me tell you something. I don't care what's going on in crypto according to other people, but I got people here telling us they just made 15 grand. I believe it. I'm not telling you how much money this thing is really starting to happen right now. The Financial Stability Board is sounding the alarm on growing risks from the crypto sector, warning that interlinkages with traditional finance are nearing a critical threshold. Not noted, this guy named Not, what's his first name? Klaas? Klaas. Klaas Not. It's an interesting name. Klaas Not noted that entry-level barriers for retail investors have dropped significantly, particularly with the introduction of crypto exchange-traded funds. Let's think about this for a second. Lions Den Dan, gold at an all-time high. Zoltar says it's going even higher with Basel III in July. Hey, Siri.
Mm-hmm.
What is the price of 1 ounce of gold?
Okay, I found this on the web. For what is the price of 1 ounce?
34. Okay, it's still at the, yeah. Spot price is $34.50 an ounce. So if you bought a gold coin, it's probably $36.50 or 37-ish, which is ain't bad. I was buying gold coins at $1,700 per ounce, and then when it hit 2,000, I went all in and went into debt for like 8-9 months. All right. So what we're looking at here is, I'm showing you, and we'll be done with this article, but the World Bank's boss, the Financial Stability Board and the Bank for International Settlements, they're telling you right now, crypto is at a point, like everybody, we're at the very end of cheap crypto. Right now, people are like, oh, this is too cheap. The price ain't going up. Okay, somebody asked me in one of the comments sections on one of my social media, why is the price of crypto cheap? Okay. There's a lot of reasons. I don't know everything. One of the reasons is that, let's say you're Ripple and you're trying to get people to use your XRP and software, right? Okay. If the price of XRP is $1,000 a piece, how many banks are going to buy an XRP at 1,000? How many banks are going to buy 1 million XRPs at 1,000? Do you see what I'm saying? Now, if Ripple were to approach a bank and say, hey, our XRP is a quarter, how many you want? Then that's a lot better. See how this works? Now, one of the things you don't see, I'm the only one that brought this up about 6 to 8 months ago, but there's something called Mt. Gox. And the guy one of the founders of Ripple was involved in Mt. Gox, one of the biggest crypto scandals of all time. Of course, Jed McCaleb never got in trouble because he sold out right before everything went bad. But on the Mt. Gox website that I showed you, they talked about something called dark pools and how to avoid a crypto transaction from showing up on the order books. Now he's starting to get it. So all these cryptos, in my opinion, have what we call dark pools. It's a place where you can buy cryptos that don't show up on the normal exchanges or whatever. I'm not an expert in this. All I'm saying is when I looked at Mt. Gox website from 2014, they talked about dark pools and how you can buy and sell crypto where it doesn't show up. All right. Since this was on Mt. Gox from 2014, and the guy that started Mt. Gox, started Ripple, was one of the people that started Ripple, I think it would be reasonable to assume that Ripple also has, and possibly even all these other crypto platforms, have a place called a dark pool where they can sell and buy crypto and nobody knows. Okay. So that's your answer on why is crypto so cheap, is because of all the dark pool buying and selling. But also, if you want, which they do, the whole world to get into this crypto, banks are not going to be buying this XRP shit, which is designed for banks, not us. XRP is not designed for you to go buy $20 worth and then use that and go buy a Subway sandwich and some fries and a drink for $20. That's not the intention of it. Can you do it now? Yeah, it's not the intention. The intention of the XRP is for Brazil. The Central Bank of Brazil met with Ripple a few years ago privately. Why didn't they do that with Ethereum or Bitcoin? Because Ripple is designed not for the retail and the midsize. Can it be used for retail? Yes, it can. Can Ripple be designed, the XRP ledger, for midsize? Yes, it can. can I go buy something like a hot dog and a Coke for using Ripple XRP? Yes, I can. Is it designed for that? No, it's not. So I kind of want you to start seeing this. Now, if I'm a government, which Ripple is, or if I'm one of the top 5 families of the world, and I want all the banks to have XRP and utilize this whole cryptocurrency, I got to make it cheap. I can't have banks buying XRP for $10,000 a piece. That's not going to work. What do? Sell it to them or give it to them as much as I can or whatever. Incentivize them. These are all things Ripple did. They incentivized, okay? All the things I'm saying has happened. You can have giveaways. I've already shown y'all where the websites were back in 2014, Ripple giveaway and all the Ripple did all these things. That's why it's not a security, it's a currency. Now, in the beginning, and maybe even right now, you might possibly be able to consider Ripple as a security. Because if Ripple, I mean the XRP, I use that term interchangeably, by the way, because that's how the first XRPs that were around were Ripples. They were called Ripples. So if you had one XRP, it was called a Ripple. So technically, I'm using the right terminology, but that's what it is. Ripple used to give or have giveaways, and they used to buy and sell off the market, and they used to do all these things. Garrett B. Garrett B says, is Kalen Brown working on getting some of these awesome coins you've been talking about? I want to get some off lame ass Coinbase wallet, LOL. What you can do, you guys, if you go to Kalen Brown, go under the section that says on the left side, when you open up your account, it says cryptocurrencies, and type in the crypto. Sometimes you will see where Kalen Brown can hold or store a particular crypto. They may not sell it, but they can store it. So that's the thing. Go to the Kalen Brown website, click in under the section, look for cryptos that they have. Some of these you cannot buy. You can only send them to Kalen Brown, and they can hold them in a wallet. Because maybe sometimes they used to sell it, or maybe in the future they intend to selling it, but sometimes they do have wallets. Email your broker. If you have cryptos that you want to know if Kalen Brown can hold it or whatever, email the broker and find out. So real quick, we're going to wrap this up. Right here, you have the Bank of International Settlements. They're a Ripple partner. So we talked earlier about the FSB, Financial Stability Board. The FSB. Now we're talking about the BIS. Ripple is a partner of the BIS. Here's your evidence right there. Here's ChatGPT. I asked the question, is the FSB and the BIS working together? Now, the answer is they're working together, yes. Here's the relationship, according to Grok. Not ChatGPT, it's Grok. The Financial Stability Board is hosted and funded by the BIS in Basel, Switzerland. Now, it's very interesting. I want you to see this right here. Number one, the bank that kind of controls, I'm going to use these definitions loosely just to make it easy for brand new people. These two organizations, the Financial Stability Board and the BIS, they basically control all the banks in the world. Okay? They're located in Switzerland. That's where all the power players are. Germany, Switzerland, France. You probably got China and Russia in there. These are but in Switzerland, something's going on with like the most richest, powerful people in the world. Something's going on with Switzerland. But anyhow, these people run the world and they're Ripple partners, okay? And I just wanted to show you that they are now admitting crypto is ready to take over the banking sector. Now, forget about the price shit. Well, crypto, why is the price not going up? We already discussed all that. We discussed, and there's a lot more we could talk about on why. What I want you to figure out is this. Are you going to be able to get all these cryptos right now by getting a loan or whatever it is? Because don't let the stuff fool you. Oh, crypto hog, I think these prices are ever going to go up. The world's bank boss is telling you something's got to give. Like something's got to happen because crypto is right now ready to affect the banking global payment system. They're telling you this right now. So now we got to look at, well, what cryptos are the banks going to use? The ISO cryptos. Those are the primary ones for the banks. And then I talk about other ones as well. Remember, the world just doesn't revolve around banking crypto. There's other kinds of cryptos that are available. But that's what the two biggest, the BIS, they're the bank of all the banks in the whole world. They clear every single transaction. It's like the DTCC we learned about last night. The Depository Trust Clearing Corporation. They're using XDC. What does the DTCC do? They clear every single stock, bond, derivative, commodity, all that shit. What does the BIS do? The same thing that the DTCC does. Oh, so the DTCC is telling us this crypto is ready to take over the financial world. I've never heard that before. Okay, we're going to close this show out. It's about an hour, so it's pretty amazing how YT decides to wait a whole hour. Interesting. So that is it. I will not be making a show at 5 o'clock p.m. Right now it's 8 o'clock a.m. And I won't have a 5 p.m. show. I'm going to take the rest of the day off. I will be doing research tonight and hopefully tomorrow morning have a program. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time on Sunday and just kind of chill out. And I'll see y'all in my next broadcast.